So it's a wild card. A wild card can be absolutely anything. It can even be nothing. But today it is a blast from my past. Theme Park for the Super Nintendo. Probably one of the worst ways to play the game. It's really primitive compared to many other versions, especially the PC version, which I played years later. I found it much better, much more complex. Unfortunately, it doesn't run very well on modern systems. I think it's uncapped in speed, so years pass in seconds. But that's neither here nor there. So this game, I forget how young I was when I first got my hand on it, but if there was one game that I would don full black steel plate to protect, it was this. It was just so different to every other game I had for the Super Nintendo, and it blew my mind. You could build your own theme park, make money, research, actually design the roller coasters and the race cards. It was amazing. In retrospect, it's not that great. There are far better games out there, but let's see if nostalgia can still carry this one through for me. So we set up new theme park, enter your name, DDR. Jake. Now there's a weird button that's continue. It's not B. Does it start? Select LR. There we go. It's X. Enter code. No, even though I know the larch cheat. Not here to cheat. Now, level. That's a difficult one. I'm pretty sure the only thing level affects is your starting amount of money. I'll just go medium for now. So, you've got the whole world here, and by the end of the game you can fill the entire world up with theme parks. You can't go back and visit them or anything like that. Each area has a whole lot of different stats, none of which made any sense to poor little juvenile Jake, except for the cost of it. I mean, how was I meant to understand pop? I was like, they get how much juice here? Inflation rate? What's inflation? Interest rate? How interested are we? Economy poor. That's quite funny. Also, tax-free years. What's tax? Why is tax measured in years? I wouldn't know. Land tax. The weather's rainy. I don't know if that has anything to do with the SNES version. It cuts out a lot of features in the PC. And who? Well, Brazil is empty, it seems. So yeah, you can put them all across. You can put them in Greenland. You can put it in Antarctica. 2 million to start up a theme park there. New Zealand, Australia, Japan is one of the easier ones, but very expensive to get set up in. China, India, Kuwait. Anyway, your starting option is always the United Kingdom because it is free. Oh, I did not mean to. I wanted to actually read that. I still want to read it enough to repunch in this stuff. Okay, so the cost is free, the difficulty is easy. What difficulty means, I don't know. So hang on, local population is 55 million. I guess that was population of the UK at the time, and medium and long is the amount of people willing to travel to the UK for your theme park specifically. This is just a guess, I don't have the manual. I couldn't find the manual. I certainly would have had it as a child, but it's there's every possibility that I couldn't really read back then. Inflation, interest, the economy's rich, so I guess they'll spend more on everything. Yeah, well, what does it matter? Let's go. It says press X to buy the land. There we go. So, where to even begin? First thing I want to do is get my research going. Maybe that's a bit aggressive, but aggression is good. You can have a loan. I don't know why. It only starts out with 1,000, but I think it goes up to 25k maybe. Unsure. I wish we had interest rates of 4% these days. Not going to happen. It's amazing how a game for the SNES era has a better portrayal of Brazil than certain Swedish grand strategy. Oh man, TBW should never change. Right, so the first thing I want is a ride so that I stop listening to this tune. The sooner we have a ride operational, the sooner we won't have to hear this circus theme. Have people queuing up to ride on a moonwalk. Right, what else do we need around here? Can't have a park with an ice cream stall. Certainly want a coffee shop to give them a buzz. And I always think that the hookah duck is overrated, but nothing wrong with a balloon shop. And that'll do for now. Let's crack her open, start charging people a little bit more, and there we go. Please, God, somebody enter my park and stop this tune. Well, immediately nobody wanted to enter, so maybe my prices are too high. There's a lovely little trick you can do in this game. Well, there are a lot of tricks you can do in this game. I learned a lot playing that. Okay, man, I have to turn that volume down for myself. It is already so grating. There we go. 2 people coming in, spending their hard-earned money, buying an ice cream, buying a coffee, and then going on my rides. Ah. There we go. Anything other than that tune. Should have found a way to actually completely remove it. So, lots of tricks I know for this game, none of which I intend on using here. One is that when people get off the bus to enter your park, you can change the park entry price to $1,000 each, and they will all pay. Another thing, which is a bit more devious, is to make your park nothing but cheap rides up at the back where no one can reach it. And then your park will seem to have massive value and people will pay lots of money for your park. But that's not really playing the game, is it? Heavens no, it is not. There we go. I think the best thing you can do is sandwich people between the rides like here. Trying to maximize the amount that people are exposed to your ride so they get happier. They recommend your park on whatever people recommended on back in the day. Ooh, gotta have some fries somewhere. And I'm gonna want this looping back on itself some way, somehow. Slamming a maze down about here. Almost every ride in this game is a flat ride. Quite unfortunate. But hey, this game came out long before we had the wonders of Roller Coaster Tycoon. Can people get into the treehouse queue? Yes. Yes, they can. Might be a bit difficult to get there. Okay, ticket prices can go way up since I've actually built a few things here. Yeah, I'll charge them 100 for it. There we go, all these schmucks paying me that money. Imagine going to a theme park just to jump around on a bouncy castle. Insanity. You know what, I'm gonna build another treehouse. Tree houses almost never break down. They do eventually break down though. And I shall hire us a single handyman who will keep everything clean. And a single entertainer who will hopefully stand here forever and entertain everybody that walks past. Cola, I should have that next to the fries. Where's the fries? There's the fries. Don't really want to branch it off much, so I guess the Cola man can go up here. So let's make these fries unbelievably disgusting by adding a lot of salt to them. I never really knew how to price things, and I didn't understand stock prize cost. Now I see that for every amount that we sell for 14, we're actually buying it in for 10, which is a terrible markup. But if you mark up too much, then people are going to be onto you and go, ooh, I don't want to pay these prices. So I have no idea what the optimum prices to put on these things are. Okay, just looking at this, I always thought he was vomiting there. That little animation. I was like, what is he doing? Looks like he's just barfing. But no, I think he's juggling, which makes a lot more sense. Okay, plain flyer. An actual ride with some actual excitement. A bit of a problem here is that everybody's just getting sucked in by these cheap crap rides, so it's probably not going to do very much for excitement. I'm also quite worried about the sheer lack of money that I'm going to be getting in here. But I think if you just build lots of cheap crap rides, you will be doing A-okay on... Ooh. I'll give people a shortcut up here. Can I still fit a ride in here? Absolutely not. Do. Oh, that's a mistake. Deleting this will cost you nothing. Well, thank goodness for that. That's still in the wrong place. Very generous of the game to... Oh my goodness. Very generous of the game to allow you to do that. There we go. Oh no, it's back again. What were they thinking adding this tune in? Perhaps I'll never know. I remember trying this game, but I never really got into it. Played more RCT on my mother. Yeah, Roller Coaster Tycoon is the far superior game. The only thing holding this one up is nostalgia and not knowing anything better at the time. Doesn't help that this is the Super Nintendo version, which is immensely trimmed down. Imagine the poor devs that had to listen to this. Well, they would have just gone to the music thing and just turned it off. Oh no, that brings it back. Making money in this game, it ain't easy. You have... Okay, so it doesn't take long before the game starts getting incredibly choppy. Just a few visitors in your park, and you will notice it really slowing down already. Well, I certainly do. Right. Here's a trick that I do feel like using. Let's see if I can remember how this works properly. I probably do. So you can make a tubing attraction that is just that. The way you make these kind of attractions that you design is you design them and then you open them like that. Connect them up. And let's make sure that people always just leave if they come in this way. Now, building this didn't cost me that much money. The amount that it costs depends on the size of the tubing attraction, but you can then change the tubing attraction for much cheapness. Oh man, making this was what I lived for in this game. There we go. Might be a little hard for people to actually get in for this, so let's link it up like so. Took a long time for childhood Jake to realize that you can press L and R to change this, however it doesn't seem to work on that. Okay. It's December, so our little advisor is wearing a cute little Santa hat. Jake's got a lot of shops filled for us. Right, I reckon people want to go to the teddy bear shop, which cost me a lot, and really I think the returns are awful. What, I make 20 bucks every time I sell something? Building that cost me 7,000. So how many sales do we have to make to even make a return there? A lot. And much like Roller Coaster Tycoon, the longer you go on in the game, the more your park value diminishes. Also, rides will break down, and they will break down more and more often the longer they're around. I don't want to pay for a mechanic just yet, but if they actually explode, people become very unhappy, and you get permanent marks on the ground that you can't get rid of, which is not very nice. Let's put up a nice white picket fence here. 375 sales. Ah, you sure? You're probably quite sure. The happier they are, the more likely they are to go and buy something. Okay, the year is up. We made the top 10 at least. We're not quite as good as Frog World or Wally's or J. Kendi. Walt Wayne. Sure. What are we though? We have the best amenities and we are the biggest. Now, what do these do for you? I have no idea. I'm pretty sure in the PC version you actually get trophies or things that boost the popularity of your park, but this game is very bad at giving feedback on what any of this means. Now, park value is pathetic, and I might not actually make it through this, all things considered. But what you have to do is get a park value so high that people will bid at least 300,000 for it, so you can go on to buy the next park. And I think the best way to do that is just by having lots and lots of cheap crap rides. So who wouldn't want yet another Bouncy Castle? The size of these flat rides always throws me off here. You didn't get the richest, Jake. I'm not happy about that. Oh, I am not good at this game. Do not be mistaken by that. This is no Mario or anything like this. I ain't amazing here. Do we actually have a burger bar? If we don't, that's a tragic mistake. No burgers. What is this? Let there be burgers. Let there be big, fatty, expensive burgers. I don't have the arcade yet. I do have a saloon. Now, I didn't really understand what a saloon was back in the day. Didn't realize if or why I would ever want one, but we'll put one down anyway. And you choose the amount of water. Now, that really confused me as well. How did they get away with this in a SNES game? I don't know. But, come on, we can't add water to people's stuff. I think this is meant to affect the price of the stock. But I think that was trimmed out for the Super Nintendo release, like so many things were. Can't help but feel I'm undercharging people to come into my glorious park here. Are the fries on maximum salt? Oh, I need to change that. Oh, it's on lot, but it can be on more. And I think I'm still undercharging people for this park. There we go. Come on in, folks. I need the money, and I need it badly. If I recall, another trick for this game was to close your park to get everyone out of it, and then you'd be able to bring in more people. Because this, I don't know if there's a soft guest limit, but there's only so many customers that your park can handle. You good at Mario? I heard you haven't eaten a champion now, says Dark Young. I am definitely a champion. You're not comparing like for like here. Rusty got to take lovely long breaks between his games. Gift shop. Just another spin on Teddy Bear, but I think the gift shop is mucho expensive. No, it's not that expensive, really. I've only got 18 grand left, though. There's not a lot I can build with that anymore. Oh, but I love the G-Force. Oh, how can I say no to the G-Force? The answer is I cannot. The question is, where's it going to go? So many of my poor rides are unused. Because they're all just riding the crap rides that... Oh, no, 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 no. The crappy rides that I put near the start. Your ticket price is too high. Too high? Oh no, well that's bad news. Need as many people coming in here paying my ridiculous prices as possible. Just to jump on the Bouncy Castle. You're obviously a shrewd business. I don't think I knew what shrewd meant, but maybe this is what taught me. Okay, right now, actual amounts of people are coming in, but I still feel really poor. Yeah, they are jumping, though. Check that out. Best bouncy castle around right here. I'm about to go into debt here, which isn't so hot. How's that money in looking? How about that money out? How about the visitors? Oh, what am I meant to make of that? There's no labeling on this graph, so I have no idea what anything means. Do the rides have maintenance costs? I don't know, maybe. You tell me. It's not a lot to see on these. Okay, Castle, tell me. Ride cost, being on ride, excitement, strength. Perhaps we'll never know. Alright, now this is a ride. I'd like to ride on this. Just picks you up and spins you around and people probably get off and barf. That saloon, nobody really goes up to the back of the park because I think walking is just random. So almost everybody's getting sucked in by the Bouncy Castle. Too many people, in fact. I'm going to stop having randos that walk along here, go into the Bouncy Castle so they can actually go on the half-decent rides. God, somebody sounded pretty bereaved there. One thing you also research are the features here. They're all pretty garbage. One thing I think you can do is lift to the front with fountains. It does make you the prettiest park, but again, there's no real feedback on if that's any good or not. Krupa asks what the DDR stands for, and a lot of people give you stupid answers like that because they think they're being funny. It stands for Dance Dance Revolution, my all-time favorite game. Jake, you got me into playing Dom 5. I love it and I hate it. At one point I had spare time. You knew the risks going in. Don't point your fat finger at me. Jinx, this part of the park is just unused. Do people have a tendency to head to the right or something? Well, my money isn't going up, which is bad because my park value is going down. However, now we can have the racetrack, and that's, well, it's not going to be a game changer, but let's imagine that it is. Where is it? I see no racetrack here. I've been lied to. Oh, I got the creation myth. Oh, it was this kind of racetrack. So people are coming in, and they are spending their hard-earned money on my ticket prices, but I am barely making any dough here. At least none of my rides appear to be breaking down. If they were, that would be bad news for me. It's kind of embarrassing how popular the Bouncy Castle is, though. You've paid 2,000 for it. Okay, so there's no discount or anything. You remove something that's been around for more than a month, you lose all that money. There we go, the race cars now. That might be actually something. Now, can I actually place you? How much is it? Nope! Maybe that's the minimum price that it costs to place down. 20 grand. It is a satisfying sound hearing people spend their hard-earned money there. They all love that ice cream. Probably because it's jacked full of sugar. Just look at that smile forced on that poor guy's face. The Buzzy Bee Attraction has now been researched. Yeah, the stuff that we get right now is dangerously expensive. One thing, though, is that when we finish our research, we're going to stop hemorrhaging 1.5 grand every month. I've only got 7 grand. I started with 150 grand. And I'm not making a lot more money anymore. I think research gives you bigger buses, because on the PC version, that's a specific research slot. Uh-oh. Okay, so the Bouncy Castle is going up in flames now. So, unfortunately, I'm going to have to hire a mechanic who will go and fix that up for us. makes a strange sound effect, as I recall. What's he fixing that makes that kind of noise on a bouncy castle? Okay, the Ghost House. Funnily enough, one of the best rides in the game, the Ghost House. Excellent excitement, very good reliability, high capacity, massive cost. Absolutely massive. Costs 60 grand. Now, interest is a real pain in the game. Everything keeps going up in price. These entertainers used to be like 40 or 50, now they're 54. Mechanics are 250, now 270. How horrendous. Children shouldn't have to learn about interest at such a delicate age. Are there crummy mini coasters you can charge $15 per ride in the RCT? No, sadly, very sadly, this game has no charge for rides mechanic. The only thing you can charge for are souvenirs, food, drink, and gambling. But I don't have the arcade. I do have the arcade. I think I once made a park that was nothing but arcades. But that's a gamble for you as well, because whenever you have something like that, the customer can win. And if the customer wins, then that costs you money. And I think a lot of them are actually set up so that by default, you lose out. God, they're so obsessed with the teacups that they're not even going to my other considerably better rides. Well, they seem happy about it. And to be fair, I love teacups as well. But it has to be the kind of teacups where there's the bit in the middle that you can grip and spin to propel yourself further. My favourite such ride is the Stormforce Accelatron at Islands of Adventure, Universal Islands of Adventure. Because it spins around already quite rapidly, but you can, using your immense strength that you build up over the years, spin yourself around even more. Oh, it's so vomit-inducing, it's great. Best amenities and the biggest, but almost the most unpleasant. The only less pleasant place in the country to go to is Steveland, which doesn't sound like a pleasant place. Oh man, balance is going down. Park value went up a bit, but that's just from me building a few things here. Wouldn't mind seeing Steveland. Wormhole attraction. Ugh. Shouldn't you just make a giant water slide? Possibly. If only I had any money. Getting a bit limited on the people coming in as well. At least if there are more people, things like this queue will fill up. And people will be able to ride the more exciting rides and get more satisfaction out of it. It's kind of off that you start out with the crummy rides, but if you build those near the entrance, that's what everyone's going to be going on. Probably could design the park around that, but young Jake never advanced that far mentally. Steveland sounds like a merry-go-round in Yorkshire with a camp of hobos. It's the other attraction. God, everyone loves this bouncy castle. This is what I'd love myself here. Anything that just spins you around nauseatingly is great, as long as it does so in comfort. Wild mouse rides, can't stand them. Well, maybe if somebody ever built a comfortable wild mouse ride, that'd be a different story. The treehouse is meant to have very low excitement, but I think I'd enjoy prowling around like that. Top notch. How about the tubing? Excellent excitement, good strength. It says one capacity, but I don't think there's any point in even making a queue because people just instantly go on, and I don't think there's any minimum waiting time. They just go on the other bouncy castle. Uh-oh, now the teacups are starting to smoke. But looks like the engineer is on his way to go and fix that. Good. Oh, this very creepy plane flyer is quite popular. People still riding the other Bouncy Castle. What is wrong with these guests? Okay, have I researched everything yet? Come on, we need that finished off. Just like my budget. Why don't you move the teacups to the end of the park? You can't just pick up and move rides, unfortunately. I would have to delete it, and that's just money down the drain. Okay, there we go. Everything's researched. All these cool rides we can't afford. Bandstand, Wormhole, Octopus, Buzzy Bee. Oh, I always like the pirate boat, but everything's so expensive. But now, hopefully I can start making decent money. Because I'm not spending thousands on research. Okay, not many people are coming in. I think we've hit our guest limit here. So I could close down. Probably the smartest thing to do. But after you close it, I don't think people actually just go for the... I don't think they go for the entrance. Because look, they're still randomly wandering around. I think what I can do, though, is direct them to the exit and tell them all to sod off. Get out of my park, you scumbags. Quit queuing up for rides and start getting out of here. Could turn off the rides, but that's a bit more clicking than I'm comfortable doing. Come on, I need money, and you guys aren't actively giving it to me. Oh, Liverpool's come a long way. Not nearly as awful as it once was. There we go. Clear off. Scram. But do be sure to buy a teddy bear on your way out. So with the mass exodus of these people, hopefully I can then open up the park and get some fresh new people in. This is that Roller Coaster Tycoon problem when you have the pay for entry stuff. You get clogged up with people. But I feel like Roller Coaster Tycoon has a lot more ways to actually get people to pay once they're in. Or rather, I feel like you actually make returns on the amenities that you build. You even make money on your toilets there. Which is another thing this game is sadly lacking, no toilets. It does have toilets in other versions of the game, including, I believe, other console versions, but for some reason, Daddy Nintendo decided that you're not allowed toilets. James, I had quite a lot of guests in the park. One of them's going super fast. Alright, before the turn of the month, let's open you back up. And have people back in. Oh, gives the mechanic an opportunity to fix things that we're breaking down as well. Neefington says, now this rubs the nostalgia lobe. Yeah, it might be a bit of a painful rub. Okay, I'm damn near flat broke. I'm sorely tempted to cheat these people out of their money. Sorely tempted, but I won't. Oh wow, I barely got anyone coming in. They must have learned of my mass exodus. Oh, that money's going down, not up. Gotta pay wages, gotta pay tax, gotta pay interest. Now this game has an option that I never... Is he chewing gum? I'm pretty sure he smokes on the PC version. There's an option in this game that I never understood, and I think I still don't understand it, There's an option to buy out your land for crazy money. Why play the SNES version, not the PC one, if I may ask? Because childhood Jake played the SNES version. There we go. Pay up, folks. Give me that money. The household only had a rickety old busted PC with no audio. It wasn't until much later that I was able to actually get the PC version of this game and have it run. So, till then, just made it all work by running a Super Nintendo version. And I thought it was great. It's evidently not great, but I didn't know any better back then. Oh. People can't go onto the fun tree ride here. Have we not done a challenge for the PC version? Not that I'm aware of. I wouldn't know where to begin in the PC version. It has a lot of mechanics that I don't think I fully understand, or even partially understand. Oh boy, making money is rough on this one. Oh, but hey, we're climbing the charts. Number 4 now. What could that mean? We're getting... Okay, I think everybody else is just crashing and burning in their amount of money. By doing the mass exodus, we satisfied a lot of people, but we're still horribly unpleasant. But park value is now going down and down. Now you can get that park value back up by building new rides. The trouble is, with what money? You forced everyone out, no one's going to be satisfied paying and then being told to leave. Certainly not. Not too bloody bad for them. There must be tricks to making good money in this game, but it's always been beyond me. Apart from using tricks. And trust me, I got tricks galore. You probably want to build things slowly, which is boring. I'm not so sure about that. You still got to pay the land tax as time goes on, so you waste your tax-free years. Win quick. Or the quick death. Well, we are making money at least. As long as that trend continues, we will be able to eventually afford the next place. Now, what you can do is speed up the game. You'll notice that it doesn't actually speed up the game. It just cuts a lot of frames out. Compare that with that. And I felt so cheated by the speed option. I don't even think Speed 2 is that much faster. It's really just cutting out frames but not speeding up the game. You know what? I am sick of people riding this Bouncy Castle so much. There you go. I want people to ride actually good rides around here. Not that we have many of them. Now sadly the value of rides goes down, but the cost of them goes up. This was 20 grand before, now it's 22,400. Get your inflation in check, UK. Patrician 4 aside, what is your favourite money-making game? Ooh, I'd have to think about that one. Money-making is an element in a lot of games. Oh, that's too hard to answer. I mean, I could easily say something like RimWorld, because you could make money in that one. And I like the way that it handles money as well. In that it's just items with worth. Yeah, Rune Factory's pretty great. Also, Rune Factory 5. Coming out in a couple of short weeks. Can't wait for that. Well, I can, and I will wait for it. Okay, well, it's been half a year. I can almost afford something new for the park. I'm thinking about getting rid of this Bouncy Castle, because it was so cheap anyway. And then replacing it with something that people are actually going to enjoy. Well, I mean, they might have looked like they were enjoying it, but they were just fooling themselves into thinking they were enjoying it. What would be pretty radical? You know, I can get proper descriptions of them here. The pirate boat, well, the pirate boat's way too expensive. Hold on, expensive? We have loans for that. Hey! Alright, everybody. Ghost house o'clock. Get out of my way! She knows what she's doing. I'm sure Room Factory 5 won't wreak any havoc on the schedule. It'll probably just leapfrog the long play vote and take up all that time. Unless it's so good, I'm just going to play it all day. Which can happen. Okay, now I can't understand why a ghost house would be so incredibly popular. But its excitement is apparently excellent. The only thing better would be a roller coaster, which is excitement top notch. But we don't get roller coasters in this one. Which is a real damn shame. Alright, so now I'm actually in horrible debt. I'm going to punch up the ticket price now that people hopefully want to come and see my ghost house. What was childhood Jake's favourite aspect of this game? It was just unlike anything else I'd played before. Actually building up your own theme park? Amazing. Trying to think what other classic games I had in the set. You know, Draken, Krusty's Super Fun House, Super Alex. I mean, I also had Secret of Mana, which was mind-blowing to me, but didn't build things in Secret of Mana. Also, in retrospect, that game's kind of garbage. Looks and sounds great, but plays like complete ass. Also, the lore in that game, whoa. No, not Super Alex, like Super Alexei, I think that was its name. Top-down plane shooter game. Okay, this queue ain't moving. Sorry, Ghost House people, but it's a very, very short amount of time you get to spend in this. Which probably leaves them unsatisfied, but you can't click on your guys to find out how they're feeling. All you can go by is a little image above their head, which I think that one means they either want a toy or have just bought a toy. Guess I could watch somebody that goes into my teddy bear house to find out. No one's going to the teddy bear house, right? How many things have you actually sold? 5. It's had 5 customers since I put it down. Whereas the ice cream stall has had 114. So this thing is making me a lot of not money. Only 370 sales to go. Oh man, given how horribly in debt I am, this is kind of like bad news. Actually, I should pay off as much of that debt as possible. Oh, that's not what I want to hear. If I have to lower the prices just to get people in. Well, a lot of people are coming in. So I'm agonizingly slowly making money here. Well, yeah, the fun chemical at the ice cream stall is loaded with his sugar. Unbelievable amounts of sugar. Let's bump up the price a bit. You have to understand inflation and all that. Oh, wow, they're just tripping over themselves to pay my new prices. I don't know how people are getting to this so much. I guess it's people that take an immediate left, an immediate right, ignore the water slide, although why would they? It's an amazing ride. And then go towards this. It's okay excitement. I'm surprised it has very good reliability though. Strikes me as the kind of thing that would break down quite a bit. So Marvin, can you share any tips about this game? Because I'm evidently not very good at it. I'm not making a lot of money, my park value is coming down. Money seems pretty hard to come by. Although that does match up with the childhood experience with the game. My memory in terms of video game knowledge is basically non-existent. I say, ooh. We're still the biggest. We're somehow the richest despite being in debt. So God knows what Jelly Bones and Sumo Land are up to. But we're still incredibly unpleasant. Park value shot up thanks to getting that haunted house. Unfortunately, my balance is not looking so hot, and there's that loan to consider. And I have to start paying land tax. Oh, and my God, look at those expenses. Oh, that's debt. That is debt. Yeah, it would make more sense if you played the PC version, much more fleshed out. But the PC version also had a lot of horrible micro, as I recall. There was something with items falling down, I think it was stock, that you had to catch, but you had to go into a separate screen to see and do that. I doubt I'm imagining that, so does anybody else have any recollection of that? But yeah, having and maintaining stock amounts was a thing in the PC version. And you had to keep ordering them, and oh, what a nightmare. This is so cursed compared to Roller Coaster Tycoon. Yeah, compared to Roller Coaster Tycoon, pretty much any theme park, well no, every theme park game is going to look worse for wear. And this is one of them. I don't remember having to deal with stock. Well, you know, Dark Young, there was a baby version of the game where you wouldn't have to deal with that kind of thing. I wonder if the PC version runs well. I think it's on GOG. I should look into that. I think the little people would be much happier if they had some entertainers to entertain the unhappy people. But I already have one entertainer. There's only so much entertaining one man can do. Alright, I'll put one here. And I'll put one here. Put them at the major intersections. Oh yeah, buying out others' parks, that was cool. I didn't understand it though, and I still don't really know if that's a good thing for you to do, but you can do it. Oh yeah, the snake ride loves to break down in this game like crazy. Yeah, the real spook of the ghost train is how it breaks down. Also, nobody is going to fix it. The plumes of smoke eventually speed up until it explodes. God, this game is chugging, just like how I remember. I also recall having more patience for it back then. So this guy's got a little thing above his head, which looks like it says he's been walking too much. And, oh god, a few things are going to be exploding here. Well, you know what? I wouldn't mind seeing an explosion or two, since this is clearly not going well for me. Yeah, there was this hand negotiation, so you would drag your hand out to the other guy's hand to decide the new staff wages. That was rough. There was a lot of rough stuff in the game. We all remember Bullfrog very fondly, because they made some great games, but some of them had some real stinkers of mechanics in them. This game is undoubtedly a blast from my past, but I think a lot of that was just childhood blindness. Did we ever have Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 on this channel? If not, perhaps as a future wildcat? No, we have not. I've had Parkitect as an option for the long play a couple of times, I think, and it failed both times. Which is a bit sad. I would love to give Parkitect a go. I might wildcard that someday just to give it a proper shake. I've played it before and I was like, okay, it's trading fidelity for soul. Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 has a lot of soul and a reasonable amount of fidelity. Parkitect has a lot of fidelity, but severely lacking in soul. It's a heavy trade and not a good one. But at least it's something different. If all you do is play Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, you're going to get bored of it. Even Marcel Voss can get bored of Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, and that man lives and breathes the game. Maybe Jake liked to see his park blow up entirely after some time. Something's going to blow up, I'm almost certain about that. Actually, where is that mechanic of ours? There he is. Sorry, friend, but, here we go. You know what, guys? The ride is fine. Ride it as fast as you want. Whoa! Suddenly got a lot more exciting, didn't it? I'm glad you agree. I'm slightly disappointed by Parkitect. It does some things quite well. It does some other things not so quite well, but I really like how you can ride your rides, including flat rides. That gives me a large sense of enjoyment. I seem to recall the PC version of Theme Park having these little FMVs of your rides, but I also recall my PC crashing a lot when it tried to do them. I'm sure it'll blow up someday. It'll only blow up when we're not looking at it. Oh, lots of people asking this. I chose the SNES version because that's what Childhood Jake played. Childhood Jake did not play the PC version. And even Adolescent Jake didn't play much of it because by then, well, there were a lot of other games to play. By the time I could get that game running. At least those tree houses never break down. Okay. This tree is breaking down. What a disappointment. It's meant to have top-notch strength. Down nostalgia lane, it seems. Yeah, it's not looking good. In fact, it's kind of opening my eyes as to why I enjoyed Draken so much. What games did Adolescent Jake play? Stronghold 2? Final Fantasy X. There are a million different games on the PS2. Grand Theft Auto 3, RPG Maker 2, Onimusha Warlords, Resident Evil, all of them. Outbreak. Oh, so much Resident Evil Outbreak. More people would enjoy Draken if they learned to understand class and culture. Draken is a horrible game. I just enjoyed it because I got no taste. Oh, I thought that thing was breaking, but it's not. Okay, bit of a problem here. well, a multitude of problems. One, we're into what, the third or fourth year of the beginner park, and this game is chugging unbelievably. And that's no emulation thing. This is how the game ran. As soon as you had, how many guests do we have in the park? 50? 100? As soon as you have so many guests in the park, it becomes a slideshow. And also, I'm not doing very good at this game. I don't think Childhood Jake was ever any good at this game either. He relied on exploits to do any good at it. And I couldn't look those up online back in the day. I had to figure them out, and I felt so big-brained for figuring it out. One thing I want to do, though, is see these rides explode, and then, you know what? I don't think we're done with Theme Park. I'm actually going to take an intermission, grab the PC version, and then roll with that. But I want to see these explode first. Well, maybe someday it'll explode. Oh yeah, Dark Cloud as well. Oh, I can almost pay off my loan. In fact, look at that, balance is coming in. I'm not doing as bad as I thought, actually. I just didn't have the patience that I clearly had as a child. Because yeah, whilst park value goes down, balance goes up, and we can invest that balance into more park value. I'm confident you can do better, so why not take out a loan? Why not? Well, actually, it would pay for itself. Take out a loan, build more rides, get more money in from ticket fees, but... That ride is lasting surprisingly long. Oh boy, that's going to be going up in flames as well. There we go. Oh, that poor guy's so sad that it exploded. You ever heard of a game called Grom? Nope. No, I have not. I would suggest it for nothing but a punishment game. Oh, that's good to hear. Your ticket prices are now too high. And now we have these bits of the map that cannot be built on or deleted. There's just this permanent mark on the land now. Oh, that one sadly doesn't kill anybody. But having a bouncy castle explode on you now, that sounds incredibly dangerous. And then we get the sad news. Even the maze is on fire. Well, I guess that adds a bit of excitement to the maze. It's become Mr. Maze. Surprisingly, though, despite the explosions, I've climbed up the ranks. Hey. A consumer association has warned that they have received many complaints about your ticket prices being very expensive. You should reduce your ticket prices. Hey, free market, baby. Just like Mr. Maze, it's a burning disaster. Okay, there's only one last thing I want to do, and that's to hear the best tune in the game. And for that, I'll need a little bit of a stimulus package that I won't be paying back. Yeah. I strongly recall leaving the Super Nintendo on just to listen to this tune. Oh, are you gonna explode? Oh, okay. I thought the race cars exploded when they ended up having no track to go to. I can try and catch them. You let it catch you? babies. Yeah, no, they don't die. Super Nintendo game, right? Having death is a bit... Alright, you know, I'm gonna let this tune run, and I'm gonna see if I can get the PC version of this running. Maybe we'll notice some remarkable improvements. Maybe. So I'm going onto my GOG account right now. Figured I'd just get all this done while muted, but I can't help but bring up that now, thanks to a recent punishment game, whenever I load up my GOG catalog, I see that Mystery of the Druids guy screaming at me every time. How do you remove a game from your catalog? Jinx, it doesn't even feel that long ago when even installing a game like this was something you left on overnight. Now we have it downloaded and installed in seconds. This right here, this is the real future. Now, this might break everything. Oh! Lucky you don't have to see this, but, Oh god, DOSBox, I can't remember how to get this all working fine. I figured that GOG would have given us a slightly nicer wrapper. Okay. So who knows the DOSBox well? How do I make the window larger but not full screen? If I get that running, we might be onto something here. Master of Orion 2. Yeah, but 3 was the better game. That was bait. Okay, right. I haven't been here in a very long time, and I'm not experienced with the PC version at all, so this is going to go probably even worse than the SNES one did. But we'll do it anyway. Nickname, DDR Jake. Quit to DOS. No, we will not. Set up new theme park. And feels dirty using a mouse for this. Immediate freeze of the game. Game. Okay. Okay, it just crashes then. That's fine, I guess. Let's try that once more, shall we? Oh, jeez. How about some game DOS settings? And, God, I got no idea what all this... It's giving me a load of settings, and I don't know what to make of any of this. I just want to play the game GOG. Come on, the one thing you should do is have these old games be... Well, that's right, they're not good old games anymore. They probably don't give a damn. Now they're GOG. They probably really don't give a damn. Okay, now theme park. Maybe it didn't like me. It didn't like my name there. Alright, let's set up a new theme park with F1. Hey, there we go. DDR Jake. That's Jake for short. My age, 1. Yeah, sure. Park name. Call it Molten. Sim level, Fool. Yeah, this was the one. On low levels, you didn't have to manage stock. Park visitors. Just keep them happy. Opponents, all of them. Opponent level. Just first game. Yeah, it is. Let's say it is. I haven't played this in a long time. Start out in the UK. Hold on. Is Brazil still poor? Yes, it is. Good. Fiendishly poor. Alright, let's go. Now, how do I do anything? Welcome to the theme park. I'm going to do a quick tour. First, we can lay down path. Alright, great. Amazing. Can build ourselves a... Oh man, the Bouncy Castle again. Ooh, isn't this exactly how you don't want to build your rides? Oh well. Where's the sound game? Also, how do I pan? There's something. Open your gates by pressing O. And get ourselves some staff. Must I? Boy, this is much faster pace. You've learned the basics, it's time to go on. Build up your theme park. Very well. How do I get rid of whatever I'm on? There we go. How about panning? Oh god, yeah, I remember the pace of this thing being so high. And I don't think it pauses when you're in these menus either. Am I remembering that right? Unsure about that one. You can speed up and slow down with the same key combination thanks to DOSBox. Yeah, I don't know what the key combinations are. I don't use DOSBox often. Oh god, those connect? That's not good. It's already going on fire! There we go. I imagine this is what is familiar for a lot more people than that Super Nintendo nonsense. When DOSBox is running, you can alter the speed with Control F11 to decrease. Ah, there we go. It's already a lot more manageable. Oh man, it's bringing in a lot more people already, which is really cool. I need to get some research done here. Where do we get that research done at? Oh god, shares and stuff. Don't think I understand any of that. Here's your receipt stuff. Don't understand that either. Ah, here we go. You can get good insight into what your people are thinking. Most of them are hungry and thirsty. I can and should see to that. Too generous with ticket prices? Say no more. If they're hungry and thirsty, all they get is coffee and ice cream. Sucks for them. It's alright, you can chill out in Balloon World. Yeah, I got nothing here. I really need to find that research button. Here we go. Oh god, yeah, right. So you choose how much of your money you put into research each time, and it can be a ton. And you choose designs, rides, shops, training. Ah, yeah, I remember seeing this after playing just the original and thinking, wow, this is so much more. There we go, we need new ride designs. And here's the stock. We have 0 ice creams in stock, so we have to place an order for them. I want 50 ice creams. You send the order, and then it slowly comes down and enters your warehouse. And you can research larger warehouses, faster stock coming in. But if you played on baby mode, you don't get to play with any of that because it lowers the simulation. Oh, my people need some food as well. Let's get some more research done. New shops, please. This is so cool. Alright, the only person beating us right now is Maggie Thatcher herself, but our safety record is staggeringly average, and people think... The people in your park think it is average. Oh, good for us, your ride complement is bad. Technology of rides is bad. Popularity is poor. Highest share value in the world. Oh, go us then. I think you get cash bonuses for hitting certain levels of them. I saw Steakhouse in one of the research. Yeah, much larger complement of things like that. I'll get rid of this. There we go. They have a point, though. My ride compliment is awful. Let's get our beloved treehouse in. Man, if childhood Jake could have played this instead. If only. Wow, that Bouncy Castle's really going up. At least there are other things for people to ride now. We got that stock in yet? No, it's still very, very slowly on its way. This game looks quite nice for a SNES game. Yeah, it's not a SNES game anymore. We're on the PC now. The far superior version. But it's not the version I played. Still can't click on guests to find out how they're feeling, though. Or can we? Girl with long hair. Spent a little time in the park, been on Zero Rise. She's quite unhappy. And they actually have a money value, so we need to drain every last dollar out of her. Well, it's quid since we're in the UK here. Yeah, I want some burgers, but the research is not done. The research is going very slowly, actually. Nice, can stop people walking up there. This is nice, you get actual recommendations on what to charge people for these things. I mean, I never would have imagined that you could charge so much for your ice creams, but there you go. I should even charge more for the coffee. It makes me wonder, you know, why does it default to such low values if you can set them so high? It's like that problem with Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. One of the biggest problems for me in that game is that you set the prices for your rides, and there's an optimal price, and there's no reason not to charge the optimal price, and the optimal price changes. So you have to keep an eye on them constantly. I just wish there was an option to say always put optimal prices on them, because it's only busy work. There's no thinking involved. Oh yeah, we got some stuff at the top here. We can click on our different guys, and... Ah! The maze. Oh. Sorry. I can charge more in Balloon World, and I will. There's an automatic rice price... What? Duck Wily, please link me up with that. I will be as grateful as I could ever be. Oh, ooh, let's get rid of that. Put you in a bad place. I'm sure that would make some Puritans very unhappy, but my god, it's such a pain otherwise. Your ice cream stock is getting very low. In fact, there are only 3 left. I suggest ordering some. I just ordered some. Ooh, well, I got fries. Why do I have fries? Okay, so this is what I meant by the micro of this. You have to keep ordering those unless you research yourself some bigger warehouses. So this poor thing's looking all closed down because they have no Mr. Whippy Ices to sell people. But fries, now we're talking. Get your fries, get your big time fries. Can probably charge more. Oh god, it's already hanging. Oh my days. Tab out of this, grab that link. Oh man, you might have rekindled my love for Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 right there, Duck Wily. I wonder if Parkitect has a similar thing then. Because the whole loop of Parkitect is, it's just Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 but modern. With as much soul trimmed out as possible. Oh, okay. I have a funny feeling that we're in Crash City once again. Okay, well that's a damn shame, but maybe it's for the better. These games are relics of the era, and they're nowhere near as fun to play as Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. But it's still good to fire them up and remember the good times had with them. Unfortunately, nostalgia can only carry so much, and it isn't carrying these titles. Maybe it is for others, and if somebody out there watching right now is some deity at theme park, I would be really interested in seeing you play this, because I'd like to see some high level play at this game, and I don't want to like watch some guy's old video on how to play the game. I want to see somebody live picking it up and showing us how it's done. Which cuts the stream way shorter than I'd like, but what are you going to do? If it's going to be all crashy on us, then that's all we're going to get. Well, that's Wildcard for you. It can be a little wild. Alright, in any case, that's all there is to it, so cheers for joining for this, and until our next stream, which I still don't know what it's going to be, so cheerio.